How can you get multiple apartment units and set them up all efficiently so that you're not losing time and money? I'm going to show you that right now today as we go and set up a 5-unit apartment complex. And I'm going to show you the deal. I'm going to show you the breakdown. I'm going to show you everything that I love about this deal and, of course, how you can do it as well. If you have any apartment units in your portfolio, I want to know about that. Comment down below how you got them and what the numbers look like. How often are we getting more than 2 people staying?
3 would be too high. I would say 2.
Hey, if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Kyle Stanley. I've gone from 0 to 60 plus properties in just over 3 years in short-term rentals. And that's what we're teaching you on the Fearless Investor YouTube channel. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to do so and hit that notification bell so you can get alerted every single time we drop a new video. Now, on this particular video, I want to show you how I was able to get a 5-unit apartment complex and get it all set up with the help of my team. So the way we got this deal was we actually already co-host for these owners on 2 other short-term rental Airbnbs. And they said, hey, for this 5-unit apartment complex, we've got our money in other areas. We'd rather not furnish this whole place. We know what that's going to cost. So we'd rather just arbitrage it to you. We know how you're going to treat the property. Are you interested? My only question about this one was that the location, while it was really cool because it was next to a historic part of town, next to the Gazebo Gardens, was also next to a train track. So I had to go there for myself and see, was this a place that people were going to be comfortable with? Because in our area, 1-bedroom, 1-baths attract nurses and business professionals that are going to be in town for 30, 60, 90 days, and they got to be okay with train tracks. Also, I needed to make sure that I negotiated the rent properly. So after going there and noticing like, yeah, this is a deal, this is going to work, it was about getting down to the numbers. And because we were renting all 5 from them and we were giving them peace of mind, they said, hey, we would usually rent these out at about $1,000 to $1,100 per unit. I said I could do $850 a month, but if they added a picket fence on the front just to give it more of a homey feel, then I would do $900 a month for every unit. And they went and talked about it. They said yes. We expect each one of these units to be right around $1,100 per month of expenses and bring in just over $2,000 of gross income, again with midterm rentals. So in other words, we should be netting a little over $900 to $1,000 per month, and pretty passive because of the type of guest. All right, enough talk. Let's get into action. I want to show you how we got this place set up. So the timing of this was actually really cool because we had a apartment complex that was not really up to our standards anymore. Safety, the gate actually on the outside, the lock on it just became a malfunction. And so a lot of the nurses that were coming into town to stay with us were starting to complain about safety because they said, hey, at midnight, like my fob on the gate isn't even needed. Anyone could come in and get through. So when this property came up for an option for us, we were like, great, we can just go ahead and end the lease at this other arbitrage complex and take that furniture and move it over. But I have to get the approval of my interior designer, also known as my wife, Gracie, to make sure that the furniture is actually usable. So what do you think, babe? I know that one is actually one of our first arbitrages that we ever set up. So I'm okay if you don't like some of the stuff there, but you just let me know.
I'm already loving the wall decor.
Cool.
I love blues, and it's just a great calming color. So that, I'll definitely take that faux plant. I'd like to see the dimensions on this white sofa. It may be a little large given the dimensions.
All right, whole team's here. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, so we're gonna walk around the property. Danny, I just need you to take 2 different lists for us. Can you take one list of just like little maintenance things that I'm gonna send as a list to the Higdons, and then another with like dates of when we need to get things done? And then what we'll do is I just want to kind of get an idea of, I want to kind of talk about the flow. Like we need to think about, there's 5 different sets of people here that are staying the whole time, right? So like from a check-in perspective to a cleanliness perspective, like where we're storing everything, to interior design of like how we're going to make each place different. If you know, like if you just want to be taking notes for your own and then just kind of like share whatever, we don't have to know every single place. Yeah, we're thinking like 30 30-day stays here is the main goal. So it's a nice thought, but I don't know how feasible that's going to be if we have everyone here. But well, let's just start on the exterior of the property though. We're gonna have the Higdons are actually putting a fence around the whole exterior for safety.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're gonna, each one of these is going to, so like right here, Danny, I'll show you just so you can get an idea. The fence will be right here. It'll wrap around all the way over there, and then each of these walkways will have its own entrance. Utilities need to be turned on ASAP so that we can get this lawn looking good and in time for pictures to be taken. I don't want to take a picture with this being yellow. They're going to do utilities, the water and sewage, and we're going to do PG&E. So you'll get PG&E and Wi-Fi set up, just like a normal apartment. You'll get that set up. Everyone is going to come down here through parking. I think that one on the right is a little too tiny. That's fine. I think we have four good parking spots here. Over there is going to be laundry. Above the dining table, or above the dining area, there's a bunch of splotches on the ceiling. All of the units still need face plates, fridges, stoves, and dishwashers. 584 in particular has a broken window. Shelving instead of decor, what do you think, babe?
So like
Over the toilet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would allow for towels.
Do you want to get that as a piece of decor, or do you want that actual like being shelving that Adrian installs?
Wonder if we did like that cute, you know, the floating shelves.
I want floating shelves.
Floating shelves?
Yeah, make it look like a piece of art while we're
Okay.
at it. And
Maybe make
So
them
two-
black though to match the mirrors.
match this guy.
Two.
Double duty.
2 or 3?
Two.
So Danny,
Three
2.
would be too high. I would start with 2.
Danny, 2 black floating shelves for Adrian to install above each toilet.
And then it double duties as decor, but it's also helpful to have
Yeah.
towels and toilet paper.
So question, do we want to do standard couches, or do we still want to do sleeper sofas? Because I mean, how often are we really getting, for our 1-bedrooms or our studios, how often are we getting more than 2 people staying?
Beds, more heads, more.
But that's what I'm saying. Has that actually proven true in the 1-bedrooms?
Well, when we're thinking like studios, I don't feel like they have the space that we have here. Like I almost think it would be to our advantage to have an air mattress because they could push the stuff aside and have an air mattress here if they had other people.
When you say air mattress, are you talking about sleeper sofas? We were talking about sleeper sofas.
I definitely think if we can
Yeah.
afford it, we should.
Yeah.
My recommendation is you have 5 units available here, at least one of them. Have it as the larger one so that if you do have the situation where someone's traveling with a guest, you have the extra space to put that extra person.
Danny, what do you think? Do we want to do 1 or 2 of
Maybe
them with
this one,
sleeper
the
sofas,
larger
or do we want
one.
to do all of them with sleeper sofas?
If it were up to me, I would still do sleeper sofas in all of them. Because
Okay.
we do have
Let's
times
do that.
when, they have a friend or a family member come into town, and it's just nice to be able to accommodate that with longer term stays.
All right, it's been 3 weeks since we checked it out with the team. The fence is up, the lawn is growing, the Ring doorbells are up, and we actually still have had some issues, but I want to walk you through and just give you a quick update on what this is looking like and how we're tackling these things to get ready by August 10th for a launch date. All right, so we're in one of the units. You can already see a lot of these things have been fixed. We had a lot of the windows were not caulked. They are now caulked now. This is now painted white, and it just blends in so much better. Thank you, Gracie, my wonderful wife, for having that idea. And everything is looking pretty solid in this one. I think those were the 2 biggest concerns throughout the rest of them. We're gonna go take a look at the rest of these and just make sure that everything is pristine. All right, so just kind of the story of what's going on at this house. And by the way, we have just so many keys. So if you see me fumbling around, it's because we just don't know which keys go to where. But we have this issue in Fresno where a lot of people just start squatting. And so we've had a lot of squatters in this place. In fact, there was a Facebook scam. Someone got into one of the units, broke in, changed the locks, and posted it on Facebook. And someone actually signed a lease, a poor innocent bystander signed a lease, came in, and they got their money taken from them. They got a lease, and they got keys that were not our keys to the house. So when we came to start furnishing and people were already putting their stuff in there, we said, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "We signed this lease." And we're like, "Yeah, you got scammed." So unfortunately, some of that has happened. Some windows have been broken. We just need to get people in here as quickly as possible so that all these hoodlums can stop going and checking out, oh, you know, what's this vacant property and how can we take advantage of it? So that's the goal right now. One of the things that we did just do, and was a miscommunication on my end, was Ring doorbells just got installed. One thing I will recommend to you is get the Ring doorbells put up, no matter if they're working or not, right away, and signs that say this property is being surveillanced, so that we can keep away those people who think that they're on camera when, even if this is not working, they're at least scared away from. All right, it's been about 5 days since we were over here at the complex, and we had to slow things down just a little bit because right now we're focused on being great, not just getting it up on a certain deadline. So what I've told my entire team is basically, hey, let's just make sure we're perfect or as close to perfect as possible. So until we have electricity over there, there's really...
When's that gonna happen? Do you know when that's gonna happen?
It's PG&E, man.
Oh, is it?
You know,
Okay. All right.
they don't...
It's at their discretion.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they just installed all the appliances over the weekend. So that's good. Got the dishwasher, which is nice. We don't need a dishwasher for these studios or these one bedrooms, but you know, it's a nice little added thing and it was coming with the place anyway. So this one's pretty cool because everything that we took from one of our last houses, we actually ended a lease and moved most of the furniture decor in here so we didn't have to like recreate the wheel. The desk, this little stand over here, this dining table, the TV, and a few of the pieces of wall art and decor, all from another place. We saved probably close to like, I wanna say close to like $1,000 being able to just repurpose some stuff. Now, one of the frustrating things about this property was while we were ready to set up all 5, the 4th and 5th unit actually had no power. So we had to get PG&E, which is the California Gas and Electric Company, out to the place to be able to just get it up and running. But PG&E is not exactly swift with a lot of things that they do. So we were able to get number 4 successfully up and going about a month later, but it actually took us over 6 months for PG&E to take action on the final unit, and we are still just in the latter stages of getting that one set up. The exciting thing is, to date, this property has done exactly how we expected it to do. Each unit is bringing in right around $1,900 to $2,300 per month of gross rents, and that means after all expenses, we're getting anywhere between $800 to $1,000 or more of net income on each of these. And with each unit costing us with consumables and furniture about $8,000 each, we made our money back on this entire property already, and now we're just cash flush on this as we're about 7 or 8 months in. So the one thing I really want you to get from this video is develop a relationship with a real estate investor that is buying properties, especially maybe even developing apartment complexes. And for that reason, you can be their first call to potentially go in and arbitrage a number of different apartment complexes as they're coming up. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to do so and hit that notification bell so you can get alerted every single time we drop a new video.